Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, and I want to say Shalom to Akminakwath out there, pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Let's see if I got everything up. So, yeah, we got it. So this one's called Dysphoria, in quotes, all right, parentheses. Diagnoses rise 50 times higher in 10 years. Okay? Now, because of this subject matter, I'm going to have to be very careful with how I word things. All right, but dysphoria, all right, if you want to know what it's talking about, you can go ahead and go to Google and type gender, all right, before that word, and put that in, so you'll have that dysphoria, and you'll be able to get a better of an understanding of what that is. It's really talking about the Transformer, Decepticons, all right, and how they're more than meets the eye. So go and look that up. It's really talking about those people, all right. With the alphabet soup crew, they're the ones that stands for the T. Okay, so it's people that basically don't feel comfortable with who they were, assigned at birth as. Okay, hopefully, who knows how close that is. Again, I'm trying to be careful with my words, but you can only be so careful with it. But anyway, the diagnosis of that, all right, have rose 50 times higher in 10 years. In 10 years, 50% more people are that. Okay, and I am glad that the people on Reddit's comment board are actually having some sense. They're actually asking some pretty good questions. So, right down here it says, you know what dysphoria diagnosis among children in England rise 50-fold over 10 years. Study of GP records find prevalence rose from 1 in 60,000 in 2011 to 1 in 1,200 in 2021, but numbers still low overall. Now, there was a guy on the there was a guy on this forum board down below that actually said there's been studies on it, and they think it may be closer to 1 in 500. All right, so that's something to keep in mind. But these numbers are rising. Okay, so you see it, and you can go and read this article if you would like. All right, you can just type in this exact headline. All right, and either Reddit or The Guardian will come up, and this person said it is impossible to discount the impact of social discourse on this trend. Okay, it says keeping in mind that dysphoria is less about feeling like a non-conforming member than being depressed about your gender and troubled by that non-conformity. What this says to me is there are a lot more depressed children who are identifying gender as their source of depression. All right, that's what people are saying. So, what else? You got other people. It says right here, I don't know why there are so many comments that are bringing up left-handedness as a slam dunk evidence for why gender dysphoria rises, obviously only due to increased acceptance and recognition. This certainly plays a part, but it doesn't discount other contributing factors. I'm not sure what they're talking about with the left-hand thing. If I had to guess, it would probably be talking about why there's not as many left-handed people, and it's because it was discouraged. I'm guessing it. And now that the whole T-gender thing is encouraged, a lot more people are going to do it. Well, you got to realize that's with anything, right? That's with anything. They're trying to use this he's trying to use this as a slam dunk because those people are using it as a slam dunk. Here's the real slam dunk. The slam dunk is if you encourage anything, it's going to be more prevalent in society. Okay, if you stopped ostracizing and demonizing murder, and started painting it as a good thing, murder would rise. If you started saying LSD was the cure-all to everything, and if you just tripped and listened to the Beatles for 5 hours, man, then everything would be all right. And it not just in a little subgroup like it is with the hippies, but everywhere you saw it on, like, oh, it's here, you should do this, it's been this, and this, you see it in a book, you see it in a movie, you see it in a game, then people would be like, oh, yeah, that's a normal thing. So saying that, oh yeah, well, it's only because it's been beat down upon is why it's, so low, and now that it's being celebrated, it's so high. Well, that's with anything, all right? That's with anything. That's how trends work, okay? That's how trends work, all right? It's the same thing as those silly bands that everybody was wearing in the 2000s, all right? And those little, they're shaped like animals and they go around your hand, or the little jelly bracelets, all right? And this one blue, that means she'll give you a blowjob, if y'all remember that shit. I don't know if that was going around a lot of schools. I don't know if that was good in y'all's, but I know it was in mine. And people were just wearing those bracelets. Ain't nobody. And then I think some people started wearing them for that, but I don't think they're originally for that. Oh, if she has a black bracelet, that means she'll do anything. Sure. Anyway, that was a trend. It was being accepted. All right, but if everyone was getting bullied if they wore those, they wouldn't have done it. They wouldn't have done it. But people were thought of cool that they had those. So more people say, oh, I got to get those jelly bracelets. All right, people that wouldn't even normally wear them went out and got them because, oh, I got to get them because if I'm not cool if I don't have it, right? Maybe I'll be made fun of if I don't. And that's how it's going with this, man. It's indoctrination. Let's look up that word, all right? Let's look up that word. Define indoctrination, okay? Indoctrinate. Come on. The process of teaching a person or group to accept a set of beliefs uncritically. All right, uncritically, to make it to where they're not critical of it. All right, if you told me that I should be eating pork asshole, I'm going to be critical of that. All right, and most other people will be too. All right, but if you go out and they start making pork asshole restaurants, all right, and start saying they're the new rage, a lot of people are still going to go and eat it. I won't. All right, but that's because I have this truth as a foundation. All right, these other people don't have that. Oh, pork asshole. Well, it does sound gross, but hey, even the rich people are eating pork asshole. I guess I'll try it myself. Something that was once considered disgusting, now being something that's cool. That's how these things work, man. So when you encourage a behavior, there's going to be a lot of people that just go along with it to fit in, all right? Because it's the new thing. It's all the rage, right? And you don't understand it. And that's why, us, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and this truth, man, we have a special thing, many special things, by not being able to be deceived as easily as these devils out in the world are. And we should be, being solid in our beliefs and being closed-minded. They try to there's another term they demonize, closed-mindedness, unwilling to change. Yeah, we're unwilling to change. All right, if you're telling us to eat some pork asshole, we're not going to do it. And we're not bad because we said we're not going to do it either. All right, we're just doing things the right way. Colossians 2:8, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. So, and that's what's going on right now. A lot of people aren't doing things as, they don't like the, I hate to use that word because it's associated with a political party, but conservativeness, all right, being conservative, all right, not being, not having your asshole hanging out in the air, right, not being ridiculous, okay, being more modest and traditional, right, a traditionalist. Okay, that's demonized now. Now everything wants change. But if you change too much, man, the thing is everything's changing and everyone's like, why is the world not the same? Well, you've changed everything, man. You've changed everything. All these young kids are asking that now. Well, why isn't the world's changed so much? Well, you've changed everything. You've changed what it means to be a woman. You've changed what it means to be white. You've changed what it means to be black. You've changed what it means to be poor. You've changed what it means to be rich. You changed all of the different type of things. The kids, when I was a kid, we played with toys. Now the kids play with tablets. All right. When I was a kid, I went outside. Now the kids stay inside. Right? What else, man? They used to have cartoon fucking events, man. And the Nick Bashes, man, that they used to have. They don't have that now. Now they have TikTok reels for kids and all these different shits, man. You wonder why the world's different. Back in the day, you were weird if you did things like that. Now you're celebrated. You're a hero. You did something great, right? And that's not the way it's supposed to be. And you wonder why things are different because you've changed things. Things have changed. All right, you didn't want things to be the same way that they were, and you changed them. Now you're wondering. Sorry, it got cut off there, but yeah, you wonder why things aren't the same way that they were. So this is rudiments. This is the word rudiments. It says rudiment. Let's get it here. The first principles. All right, the principles, the basic rudiments, basic principles. All right, the principles of the world. All right, and that's what's going on right now. It's a lot of people are following after the principles of the world and not after the principles of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So I'm gonna leave it right there. I gotta run up in this job real quick, unfortunately. Lord willing, you know how I do. I'll piece it all back together and have it as one lesson. Yeah, so until then, Lord willing, shalom. All right, shalom, we're back. So yeah, man, let's just hop back here and see what we got going on. They're trying to say that's just diagnosis, not necessarily the case. But let's go ahead and... that's interesting. Yeah, look at this. This person said, I'll be interested to see the data of people that detransition in the next 10 to 20 years, right? It says, I feel like that might be the only way we get an accurate amount of data that dives deeper into if we really have been ignorant with the amount of children with gender dysphoria, or if there is something more to look into children with autism and their sense of lack of identity. And I think that is absolutely what it is these people want to feel like they have a community, right? Because at the end of the day, I just want people to live their blah, 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 blah. All right? So, but yeah, it says... the important factor in detransition statistics is why they detransition. Currently, the vast majority of those who detransition do so due to financial difficulties or the level of discrimination involved from friends, family, and community. Sure. It says vast majority. Got a link for that? I've only met one detransitioner by chance, and she said she only stopped having no gender dysphoria after she began having sex, and it made her feel more content in her body. She really regretted taking hormonal drugs because of the irreversible changes, but thankfully she has had no surgeries, at least. So yeah, man, a lot of people, and I've seen interviews with people that regret it, okay, because they get indoctrinated. And yeah, I'm sure there's, first of all, it's already one mental illness as it is, but I'm sure people with other mental illnesses that feel ostracized are gonna, be more likely to be picked up by those demons. Right? So when they see that there's this little community, and I mean, if I had a community of people that chop their dicks off, that's not really a community I'd want to be a part of anyway. But I guess if you're down that bad, man, I guess, that's what they want to do. Then, it's just the world, man, and that's why, they put that in all sorts of different TV, movies, books, games. It's all part of the big plan, right? They just want that whole saying. Oh, what plan? Order ab Kaio. All right, order ab Kaio. Slacky, let me get Psalms 64 and 2. Order ab Kaio. One of their one of their mottos. All right, their mantras. All right, order ab Kaio, which means order through chaos. Okay, and that's what they do. They sit and they, these billionaires, all right, who own all the companies. All right, you look at like places like. You look at some place like Dove, and then you'll find out there's, I think it's Unilever that owns them. And then you look up who owns Unilever, and then it's places like BlackRock and, what's the other one? BlackRock and Rogue. No, what is it? There's another company. I can't remember the name of it. But those are two big corporations. And then, that's where it stops. It says it's independently owned by shareholders. Well, who owns those people? All right, who owns these companies? BlackRock, right? Look into who that is. Not the CEO. Look into the whole owner. It's going to get to a point where you won't find these people. They say, it's just independently owned by stockholders. No, somebody owns it. All right, somebody made it. Somebody created it, and who is it? They're not going to let you know because they're very shadowy, right? And it's these big league banking families. All right, the Rockefellers, Vanderbilts, Rothschilds. All right, all these different people. Okay. Those 1948ers, all right? Those of they who wear the tiny hats upon their heads, all right? Roughly, hiding it a little bit. So, and that's what they do. They come up with these little things to create chaos, all right? So they can drive order through it, all right? It's all a mind game at the end of the day. So this is Psalm 64, and we'll read from verse 1. It says, hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. A secret council. A council is almost like a governing body, a group of people, all right, that get together and have counsel together. Okay, they talk, share ideas and plans and deals amongst each other, right? The example I always use is the Jedi Council. All right, you see them sitting around in that little room. Where was that? What city they were in? I can't remember. Doesn't really matter anyway. It wasn't Coruscant, was it? No. But anyway, what was the name of that city? That's gonna drive me nuts. Anyway, not something for the lesson. It's just gonna drive me from not knowing what that city is. But anyway, yeah, man, they sit around, like the Jedi. Really, they're more like the Sith, right? And sit around and create little evil ass plans. All right, so, and they put them out in the world and make them seem good. And then boom, bam, they plant that seed. They plant that. They that's how they do it. They have to grow it from a seed. They send that seed out there in like a book or a movie or game or whatever. And they've been doing it, like since for a long fucking time, really. But with the Mo people, that started all. What was that show, man? Was it wasn't Family Matters? What was that show? Johnson. What was that show, man? It was an old ass show. Jake show. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, they started. That was the first show to show a T-gender person, right? And it was a very rare occurrence. And then every once in a while it'd pop up, and it'd pop up a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And that's that indoctrination, man. Is getting you to get used to something so you accept it uncritically, right? If you're gonna have the YAGs, all right, the YAGs, spell that the other way around. All right, the YAGs, all right, or the SYAGs, all right, spell that the other way around. You have them, you start putting a little bit of their media, a little bit more of their media, then you make a rapper like that, then you have this and put it in the TV show. First they were just a guest character, now they're a semi-regular character, now they're a regular character, now they're one of the main cast, now two of the main cast are, now the whole cast is, now it's everywhere, man. You put it in books and video games and movies, and you can't get away from it, right? Even if you have a show that isn't necessarily that, all right? You have like the Last of Us, man. They didn't have a whole bunch of that in that show, but they had a whole episode dedicated to it. For what? It didn't even fit, man. It didn't even fit. It wasn't even something that needed to be done. All right? And, hey, man, that's just how they are. But anyway, verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. These arrows, they're trying to, those are little, they're stratagems and they're little tricks and plans, all right, and their little philosophies. They try to shoot them out at people. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. That's who they're really trying to destroy. They're really trying to get the elect, but they can't, all right, so they have to settle with the next best, which is Jake. All right, and Jake is hard to market to, but they're doing it because Jake has turned into a fucking idiot lately. So, well, our people have always been stubborn, but Jake was usually pretty firm on their cultures before. Now it's you got Darius and Darnell. Come here, baby, give me a kiss on my lips. All right, which is ridiculous, and ain't nobody want that. Like before it was like effeminate looking men. Now it's not even. Now it's just two big ass motherfuckers. It's disgusting. All right, and just grabbing each other's asses and shit. It's nasty. It's like, what the fuck? You wouldn't expect it from Jake. You could see two effeminate, feminine-looking white guys, but two big-ass Jakes with burly beards and shit. Come here, honey. I'm like, what the fuck? God damn. Anyway, that's what they've done. They've really they've done a number on Jake, man. It says they encourage themselves. Suddenly do they shoot at him. And fear not, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. That's the thing, that this council, they commune, laying snares. How can we fuck up these people the most? All right, how can we really destabilize humanity? All right, to get order through it. All right, and more control. And it says, they say, who shall see them? That's another thing. They're proud. They don't think anybody's going to see. And the other thing is, like I said, these people, I've said it before, these people have gotten so, they're smart in their wickedness, man. And they've gotten society has become so dumbed down. You got a society where Bill Gates can talk about population control through the XAVs, all right, turn that around, the SXAVs, all right, and you can have them say, something about, getting the population down, and then they'll say, no, that's not what he meant. All right. We're in a society where a president can say, we can take out this pipeline. All right. And then it happens, and then it wasn't them. All right. We're at the point in society where a political figure could say, tomorrow or no, they could say on March 7th, all right, at 6 p.m., all right, when there's 5 men in business suits standing out in front of this company, there's going to be one plane that flies by that has a sign that says, "This is it." And then after that, we're going to blow that building up and shoot everybody outside. And that could happen. And then you go, "Oh my gosh, dude, look, that political figure said this was going to happen. He said he was going to do it. They set this up." And then people would be like, no, they wouldn't do that. And what purpose would the government have hurting its citizens? Well, he just said he was going to do it. Here's the video. No, that's not what he meant. Fucking retards. A lot of you are fucking stupid as shit, man. You're dumb, all right? And you're not paying attention. And it's going to be fucking hilarious when Yahushua comes down in the skies and starts deading all you motherfuckers, man. It's going to be fucking hilarious, all right? Because here it is. You've been warned and what? No, that's not going to happen. No. Wait until you see that so-called black man come down in a chariot. Boom! As you see those skies crack open, you see bombs start dropping. You're going to shit your fucking pants, man. Literally. As I said before, you're literally going to defecate on yourself. You're literally going to piss yourself. You're going to void your bowels. You're going to fucking literally shit in your pants. Dookie running down your leg because you're going to be so fucking afraid you're going to void your bowels. Because you know, that's it. Your time is up. It's come to an end. And you're going to die a violent and horrible death. And because you fucked around too much, man. And no. We know how you're thinking. You're thinking that in the background. Well, guess what? Fuck you, man. All right, and the Lord's going to mess your ass up, and it's going to be great. All right, it's going to be great. And Lord willing, we're part of the elect. All right, and we get to be up in the chariots watching your downfall and destruction. Because, man, you're a fucking asshole. A lot of you people are assholes. You're proud. You're demons. You're effeminate. You're filled with homosexuality and wickedness and all this ambitions and traits of the world. And y'all got to go, man. Y'all got to go. Fuck you. Goodbye. Farewell and good riddance. All right? Don't let the door hit you on the fucking ass on the way out, man. All right? You think you're all that. Nobody gives a shit about you. You women are fucking fast. You men are effeminate. You look like bitches. All right? Come here, babe. Come here, babe. You fucking faggot. All right? You women over here like Glorilla acting fucking masculine and shit. Ain't my man gonna do anything. Aren't you a goddamn stud? Because you're missing a fucking hell of an opportunity if you're not over here with your deep-ass voice self. Fucking sounding like Morgan Freeman doing a voiceover and shit. Talking all deep. Add some fucking, lightness into your voice. You don't need to speak with all that goddamn bass. And you men, add some goddamn bass into your voice. Over here talking like this, add some goddamn bass in your voice. Over here sounding like a fucking fruity-ass motherfucker. All right? Stop talking so, hello, how can I help you today? Stop. No, y'all are going to die, man. Y'all are going to die because you're fruity as shit. You're fruity as shit. The men are masculine as hell. The women are masculine as hell. The men are as feminine as shit. And they're not competitive with each other. You got these soft men with these hard women. What the fuck is that, man? Make that make sense. It's ridiculous. You got men that are subservient and subject under the women. The fuck kind of backward ass shit is that? And you want our relationships haven't lasted. That's because he didn't want to change. He wasn't taking care of me. I'm too much woman for him to handle. Yeah, bitch, you 375 pounds. You probably are too much bitch to handle. All right? Probably too much for the fucking bed to handle too. God damn. And it's ridiculous. The men are super skinny and weak. The men are super the women are super fucking fat and burly. So I'm surprised that the women aren't carrying the men through the threshold at marriages at this point, Come here, babe, get in my arms. You may kiss the groom. Give me a kiss. That's fucking ridiculous, man. This place has got to go. It says, they search out iniquities, all right, wickedness. They accomplish in a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them, all that see them shall flee away. And it's not necessarily everyone that sees them that's going to flee away, because some people are just, they're just so blind, man. They're just so blind that I didn't see anything. Meanwhile, you have a whole group of other people, us, all right, and the people that are actually woke to that type of stuff, all right, seeing, yo, man, what the fuck did that guy just do? Did he really just say that? You see that? Yeah, I saw it. Meanwhile, everybody, no, it's not what he meant. That's not what he meant. You're taking it out of context. Fuck you, man. You know, they could hold executions in front of your eyes and you still wouldn't see it. That's how blind you are. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that's a society that we're in right now, right? That's a society that we're in. And we're in a society where it's like you say something good and it's bad. You say something bad and it's good. You know, the Lord's coming back. That's bad. The Bible is a racist and it's a hateful book. And it discriminates against females and those with sensitive gender identities. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know? Being gay is great though, right? Yeah, it's great. It's love. And it shows you that us as human beings, we can get together and show each other affection and help each other as a community. Get the fuck out of here, man. Alright? And that's why all your shit is weird. And your relationships don't last. You don't have a good relationship. You don't have a good relationship with your parents. Your parents don't like you. People at work think you're weird. You hate your life. You want to kill yourself. And everything's depressing. That's why. Because you ain't supposed to be doing this shit. All right? You're calling everything bad good and everything good bad. Drink some water. I don't want no water. It's bad. Well, drink some fucking shit doo-doo water then. Oh, it's good. It's got nutrients. People fucking suck, man. People are really dumb as shit. Jeez. It makes you want to get the hell out of this place. All right? We're going to get Micah 2 and 10. We're going to close out with that. But yeah, let me go down here in the controversial and show you some interesting comments that I read earlier. All right? We got, you know, you see, oh, it's not surprising. More people are going to come out. You know, acceptance. This person says, this person said, no one can be indoctrinated into being transgender, yada, 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 yada. This person said, obviously can. You can indoctrinate people to be whatever you want. And it's true, man. It's true. Let's see. There were very few left-handed people when people used to believe the left-handedness was of the devil. Suddenly, they started popping up more and more once they started getting indoctrinated into the crazy left-handed ideology. This person said, you know, you see it. They're just arguing over here like a bunch of children. And then, I avoided this. It says, forcing radical left-wing ideology on children has caused this. Tell a child that they can choose their gender, and you'll wonder why they're confused. It's child abuse, plain and simple. The mods will probably ban me for having that opinion, but the damage caused by silencing opposing opinions is what got us here. And another one I have, it says, I'd be curious to see a link to the study and find there is some data on the percentage of those who have it in a medical sense and those who consider they have it, and how it aligns with the general distribution of such conditions in humans at the biological level and populatorial level, as well as the social factors have something to do with it, like the rise of propaganda during the last decade of such a lifestyle telling people that it's cool to be like that. This one says, there must be some social contagion contributing here. And it's true. It's a social contagion, all right? That people see it, so they're going to do it too, all right? And they put it in movies, music, video games, TV, everywhere, newspaper, all right, signs, billboards, media, merch, all right, everything. So people are going to see it, and it's going to become normalized to them, and they're going to think, interesting. You know, these parents nowadays, like I said, you know, most kids at a very young age tried their mom's high heels on and shit. Right? It doesn't mean that, and that's behavior that you should correct, right? But now, you know, I mean, hell, I'm not afraid to admit it. I tried it when I was young, because you're curious as a kid, you know, how you walk in those things, all right? But it's the job as a father to say, hey, no, those are for girls. Don't do that. I know you're curious about how they walk in them, but those are for girls. Take those off, all right? Don't put your mom's shoes on like that. Right? And it's a learning experience. Now the boy knows, and he continues on. He learned it. He saw it. He saw how they worked. And then on top of that, the dad corrected behavior saying, no, that's for girls. All right. But nowadays that would happen. Oh, do you feel like you're a girl? Do you want to play with Barbies and be a girl? Yeah, do you like how what girls wear? Do you want some girl clothes? No, man, that ain't how it should be. They're just curious. But you're going to try to fuck their mind up when they're young and wonder why they're all fucking mentally ill, right? And that's the thing with some of our generation, man, even with the millennials, man, is the millennials are like the first ones that started really getting into that shit. It really started getting heavy. It started up with Gen X, or in the 80s with all that freaky deaky shit. And then by that time, their parents were already freaky, a lot of bisexuals and shit, and they had kids, and they rose up into that, and then these kids took it full stride, all right, and then, which, now look at it. This is Micah 2 and 10, and we're going to go ahead and close out. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Got to get up out of this place, man. If you don't get up out of this place, it will destroy you, because we're in a backward society that calls everything good bad and everything bad good. And you see it now. There's, you can't deny the science, all right? And you can't take this video down either, because it's showing you that, in fact, that what it said with this indoctrination happening is causing these people to be like that is, in fact, happening. No way to deny it now. Dysphoria diagnoses have rose over 50 times higher in 10 years. And right that time, 2011, 2012, that's when it really started. That's when it really started being pushed. All right, mostly the Mo shit, and then the T shit came later. So can't be surprised. That's the lesson. I'm gonna close out there. Lord willing, was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of this place. Until next one, Lord willing, shalom.